Hi, everybody. Welcome to Longfall. It is episode 15. We are here with the crew, all the peeps. Uh, it's going to be an episode.
The
Things are
squad.
things are going to happen. Uh, yeah.
I gotta I gotta read this thing. Today at um let's see, what time was this text message sent? Today at 11 o'clock my time, so like right when Kelsey's getting up because she lives in the past. I got a message that was like "Longfall tonight!" exclamation point, and all I sent back was like "Yas, Queen!" and that was like our entire conversation because we're those kind of nerds. So we're both really excited.
It was great. Like, I was like, oh man, I gotta get hyped this morning. And then that was the perfect response to make sure that I could stay hyped throughout the entire day, even when I was losing badly in Overwatch.
Aww. I will say one thing about switching from Overwatch to PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds as my primary first-person shooter that I'm playing right now is I don't feel bad when I die in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds because everybody but one person is going to die eventually.
Yeah, there you go.
In a round. Like, eventually you're going to die.
That's something. That's something.
Mm-hmm.
So besides Plunk Bat, what else you got going on, Michael?
I've been in a Magic deck building frenzy.
So usual.
Like worse than normal. Like
Oh,
I
see.
Here's a deck, and here's a deck, and every color is a deck, and here's like 4 decks. And then on Magic Online, I have an entirely new deck that is just.
You know how to make the best deck. Combine all of those decks.
That's called Highlander, and it's where 4 people play a game of Magic using one 1,000 card deck. It's.
I'd be so down for that. That sounds like a fucking blast.
It's so like because you like so like you gotta understand. It's like
But you're all pulling from the same shit.
Yeah, but it's even weirder than that because sometimes I'll just like, all right, I've mostly been drawing like mediocre blue cards, and I have the mana to play my blue cards, and then out of nowhere you're like the most bomb ass of bomb ass white mythics. You just draw that. And then you're like, I don't have any way to play this, but I'm glad I drew it and not that guy. Because it's the most absurd. And then when you have like a tutor effect,
I actually really want to play that low-key. I'd super be down to play that.
So it's like if you mixed Magic with Uno.
Yeah, and then like threw in a healthy bout of randomness.
Yeah.
And then like nerd rage, and that would be
Good.
basically be the game. The more fun version of that I've played is called like Black Christmas or whatever, and basically or Black Christmas. Basically, what it is everybody builds a deck. And then you put them all in the center of you put them all in like the center, and you number them 1 to 4. Then you roll a d4, and you get whatever deck you roll.
Oh,
so you might get your deck.
I really like the idea of pulling from the same deck, though. I find that really interesting.
It is fun. It's a really difficult deck building challenge because you have to be able to make all the cards in the deck viable. I also like another format that's kind of similar to that is Cube, which is just you pick 15 cards random at a time, and then you build a deck from those cards, which is super fun. So you end up with like 45 cards to build a. No wait. Yes, you end up with 45 cards to build like a 45 card deck, which is more than enough.
It's exactly enough.
Actually, no, because you gotta have lands. So it's more than enough. In a 40 card deck, you're gonna want to have about 17 lands.
Ah.
Unless you have like some really insane ramp targets. And then you're like, I need to be playing a land every turn, and then I'm definitely gonna play this card. It's just gonna win the game right away because it's like 10 mana and insane. And then play, fucking 24 lands or whatever.
Awesome.
Magic. This has been Michael's Magic Corner, where I talk about nothing and no one cares besides Liz, who wants to play this one really niche format of Magic that I haven't played in years, but really do want to play now, actually. Whenever we all meet in the same place for some unknown reason, we're all gonna play some Highlander.
Awesome. Besides Magic, you got anything else going on?
Let's see. Like I said, PUBG.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite thing about PUBG is the sound design, by the way. Like the sound, okay, graphics are and like the controls can be a little bit wibbly wobbly sometimes. Not wibbly wobbly, sexy wexy like Kelsa, but just like wibbly wobbly and like not the best. But the sound design in that game is amazing. Like, I was top 4. We were all in the same house. That was the only thing left in the zone. And I distinctly remember being able to hear the guy through the wall, like immediately next to me. So there's like me, there's a wall, there's him. I remember being able to hear him switch his gun to full auto. Because it makes like a very audible pink.
Huh.
And I was just like, all right, time to go. And then I like switched it, and I could like hear him shuffling, like, because he heard it too. And then we just turn around and just start firing into the wall at each other. And we both die in a hail of bullets because some other guy comes in and just grenades both of us because we're idiots. I haven't won, but I've died gloriously, and sometimes that's all that you want.
Awesome.
Also started reading Starfall.
Cool.
Starfall, and the play-by-post reset for Pitbull server is starting in a couple days. Starts on the 9th. So I'm gonna be GMing there, which is gonna be a lot of fun because I'm running like all the weird Magic quests, and may or may not have a secret agenda that I'm trying to push.
Of course.
No one needs to know about that.
Right. Of course. Just push that over there.
I'm neutral. I don't actually have a morality system. I'm just like, I don't care. Just fall in line or get out of the way. Just don't get in my way.
Good.
I'm not evil. I'm just self-serving.
While I switch the cameras around because Pian and Kelsey are in the wrong place. Pian, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm Pian. I'm doing okay. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch recently. Junkrat's new, I think I've already said this, but Junkrat's buff is phenomenal. I know it's overpowered as shit, but I don't give a shit. It's fun as fuck, and I'm enjoying myself while it lasts.
What exactly did they change?
They gave him 2 bombs, 2 compression mines, and then they also increased his riptire speed by 30% and made it climb up walls infinitely.
That's insane.
I know, he's overpowered as shit. It's amazing.
Okay, so now
It's
there's
so much fun to play him right now.
Okay.
Deathmatch with him is broken.
I haven't played Deathmatch yet, actually.
It's
Is it
super
good?
fun, honestly. Like, I was playing with Junkrat and I fucking
It is fun.
My problem is I kind of stopped playing Overwatch when they changed Mercy's ult.
Did they? They haven't changed it yet.
But they announced it and I got disillusioned. Granted,
Well, that's your own fucking problem, buddy.
Granted, all the battle mercies, all the people that are hardcore battle mercies are freaking out because it's she's now a badass again, and not just a squishy little fairy, but she's Angel of Death kind of, which is super awesome. Anyway,
Yeah. Cool.
Get back over there, Magic Deck.
Kelsa, how about you? What's going on with Kelsa's?
I've also been playing a lot of Overwatch lately, but I've actually been off Junkrat and onto Lucio. Lucio's a lot of fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the best skin for him, so obviously I have to play him all the time.
Which skin is that?
Yeah.
The one where he the anniversary skin where he looks like he's was that anniversary? Yeah, the one where he looks. Well, which one was it then? Where he looks like he's old timey, like from the 1920s in like steampunk jetpack. And
Oh, we were still talking about Lucio. I'm sorry. Never mind. You're right. It's anniversary.
So that one,
Mm-hmm.
it's great. I'm playing Lucio a lot. I just played my placement masters for comp and did terribly. But I have confidence that
playing comp.
I know, right? I have confidence that I can bring it back up because, you know, I love playing some Overwatch, and so I might as well do it as to my bests.
Yeah.
Can we talk real quick? Can we talk about how Liz could totally pull off this hairdo?
Yes, would look amazing.
What? I can't quite see it. What does it look like?
It's like
Really
shaved on
shaved.
one side and like not quite cornrows, but like pulled back in little strips, and then like kind of floofy on the other side.
Interesting.
You could pull that off. Anyway, I was just like,
nothing else exciting going on except I got my mic rig upgraded, so hopefully.
What mount did you get? Because I know
I
you
got
were
the one
looking at
made
them
by
a while
Blue.
back.
I made the
Okay.
one made by Blue.
One made by Blue is good. It can
Mhm.
actually like support the weight of the Blue Yeti because the Blue Yeti is fucking heavy.
It really is. The arm that I have it on is having trouble with. It was doing okay with just the Blue Yeti, but now that it's got the Blue Yeti and the shock mount, it's
Oh no, I mean
having a
the
little bit more
boom arm.
trouble.
What boom arm did you get?
Oh, I've had this boom arm for a while. I don't know. It was super cheap.
Was it the
Pyle?
Yeah, that's the one I recommended.
Oh yeah, Pile.
Because
Yeah.
it's cheap but tolerable. Like
I
it
also
passes,
upgraded my mic stuff.
and
I got the Rode boom clippy thingy. It is expensive, but it is lovely.
Rode makes good shit.
It is. This thing is lovely.
My
It just stays it just stays in its place. I can just like move it up or do a thing.
Yeah, lovely.
It's
I'm
great.
definitely gonna have to look into that because the boom arm I have right now is just barely keeping up.
every piece of Rode stuff I've seen has been amazing, but it's also just expensive.
Right, but it's one that's like actually like super worth what you pay for.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
The Rode, I would not advise you to buy one of the Rode like USB mics, but if you could get like a board, the Rode mics are phenomenal. Like if you have like a board's hookup, I'd recommend that if you can get it.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. I had the lovely opportunity to play on Once Upon a Game again last night, and
Yeah, I saw you guys.
it was so fun. We played a game called Follow, which is by Ben Robbins, who made Microscope.
Is that the one where you like? I might be thinking of like I don't remember if it's the same game I played on Once Upon a Game, but it's like you pick like a setup basically.
Mm-hmm.
You pick like a task you're gonna accomplish based on like a couple of prompts, and then you like frame scenes, and everybody kind of votes, and then you pull votes out of a hat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've played that one. That one's really fun.
It's really good.
a really good game.
It can go either. It can go very well, or it can end up like you're playing a game of Fiasco. Ours ended up like a game of Fiasco.
The part that I got to watch was so amazing. I'm very sad that I could only get in there for bits and pieces because I had to work. But it was A+. It really was.
Yeah, if you want to laugh for 3 hours, I would recommend going over and watching that. We played like the task or prompt whatever we chose was the show, and what we made we made it out to be, we were like a 90s sitcom that was doing a special live episode.
Oh god!
And everything just went wrong. I played the child star of the show, and it's got conspiracy theories. It's got Tim Allen. It's got Tom Cruise. It's got J.J. Abrams. It's got all sorts of craziness. Yeah, if you want to laugh for 3 hours, go over to Eric's channel.
When I read the show prompt, the idea I basically came up with was like basically like Dark Ages, like charlatans, like faking like a demon exorcism. And I still want to play that because that sounds so amazing.
Yeah, it's a really good game. Yeah, it's very similar to Fiasco, and but it can actually go well depending on like the characters you make and what you do and everything.
It can go well. It just doesn't always go well.
It can go well. It can also go terribly wrong. It's definitely a good one to like use for like, we were talking about it at the end of it. It's like it's a good one for like if you're like playing another game and you want to like do a special thing, like like you want to cap a season or something like that, or you want to like if you're like doing a really big event or something and you want to do like a special thing, like it's a good game for that kind of stuff.
I supported it on Kickstarter, and my copy of the physical book arrived last week.
Nice.
It's really nice.
Nice.
It's on the way downstairs, so you can't see it.
I just remembered another thing I've been doing. Can I talk about that real quick?
Sure.
It's pretty great. I've been watching like basically I found this podcast which is all things that would be amazing movies but will never get made into movies because of problems, mainly being people that you've never heard of or being about people that are not straight white cisgendered men from Eastern Europe or America. And so far my two favorites are the Whiskey Bandit, who is both the most notorious bank robber in all of Hungary and also the single worst hockey player in professional history. And that's the same person. And like a folk hero. And the state police like crashed. Like the state police were trying to pursue him at one point after he like robbed a bank. And then crashed their cars. Like both deputies like crashed their cars, and those were the only two cars the entirety of the Hungarian state police had at the time. And so from then on, when the police were going to the crime scenes to investigate them, they had to hitch a ride with the media that was also going to the crime scenes. And he got arrested and then immediately broke out of prison by tying together his bed sheets and literally just climbing out of the building. Like that kind of ridiculousness. And then I also learned about the guy that trained the American soldiers at Valley Forge, who was apparently like super duper gay. Like literally rolled up to Valley Forge on a sleigh in a fur coat covered in jingle bells with his like 5 gay boyfriends in his lap. Like literally that's how he arrived at Valley Forge. And
That's a lot of gay boyfriends.
I want to see that movie so bad. I want that to be made into a movie so bad.
Excellent. Awesome.
Anyway.
Cool.
Baron von Steugen. Look him up. He's amazing.
Uh well, if we're
Do I
if
need to
we're
start the show now?
if we're good with intros and stuff, I think yeah, I think we're good to get into some Longfall. Oh yeah, what's the name of the podcast?
The name of the podcast is the Cracked Podcast.
Oh, okay.
The Cracked Podcast. It's done by Cracked. Like 90% of their stuff is just like, this could be made into a movie, but it's never going to get made into a movie.
Correct. Okay.
Which is amazing. And kind of just Cracked's jam. They're like, this is media criticism.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like me and really like movies and really like historical figures that will never get made into movies, they have some really great episodes. They also have an entire thing about the guy that invented the lobotomy. And just how horrible of a human being he was.
Yeah.
But also like a buffoon, because he wasn't even like an actual doctor. He was like a banker. Just figured out how to do ice pick lobotomies. And did them out of a van that he like drove around the country, and he called it the lobotomobile. And it's like so terrifying, but it's insane. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry. Starting the show, don't I? I need to do that. So I think we get the last time on Longfall, and we see the like gunfight at Zelka's house, and Nayli getting arrested, and the tar kicked out of her, and Sajay turning into a bird and like
Yep.
tackling a mofo.
Yep. Giant seagull.
Bellin getting shot up. And Eid like being a terrifying monster again, because that's Eid. And then I think the quote that comes up is heroes live and die, and many of their stories are never told. And then it says Kalhar, the first prefect. For whatever reason, I don't know if that's foreshadowing that people might die in this episode, but they might, because you're about to go confront a serial killer. And so I don't even think we get like the actual like musical intro. I think we get like the kind of sad acoustic version of our intro, as you all we get like long like sweeping shots of you all driving through the city towards the deadline, and the entire time the deadline is like looming in the distance in the setting sun. So let's talk about what's happening here.
Nayli's silent. Nayli's fucking furious. She's not saying a word.
Are you just like doing your nails with your Chris?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're just like, I gotta sharpen my cat claws.
Yeah, she's super extra and I do about it. And she's like fucking.
Nayli is so extra. I love it.
She really is. Like, I mean, real talk. She's extra.
Nayli is so extra.
I think Azulka is just like she's driving.
Mm-hmm.
And is Bellin coming with us?
Bellin is gonna try. Bellin. I don't think we see Bellin in the car. Maybe we get that. We're looking at Izelka, and she looks back to where we think Bellin should be sitting, but no one's there. We get the flashback to Bellin handing you something, like a small cloth bundle. And he's like, I have something I need to do. And then he disappears.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nayli flips him off.
He looks over his shoulder and sees it, and then he smiles and just says, "Love you too, Nayli," and then like gets on like a motorbike and drives off because
She mutters cock under her breath.
I don't think that's really an appropriate way to address a superior officer, really. And
oh, you guys aren't cops anymore. You guys are like
I mean,
wanted
it's
fugitives.
technically true. So Azilka is just driving, and she's kind of like trying to like psych herself up for going out on the deadline because she doesn't think she can do it. So like she's like very concentrated on driving and also very concentrated on like maybe she's muttering under her breath like I can do this. I can do this. We have to do this.
For those of you that don't remember, those of you watching at home or in chat, the deadline is the longest rail car between the districts. It connects the tail and the golden seat, and it also hasn't worked in years. Hasn't worked.
And Azilka is terrified of heights.
Yes, that is a thing you need to know about Azilka. Zajay, are you in the car, or do we like pan up to see Bird Jay?
I think Zajay's probably in the car. Probably changed back and is like in the back seat, kind of like got his tail like curled up next to him, and I think he's just kind of like looking down. Like
Eid is a sugar glider, just like sitting on your head, like trying to comfort you because I know she knows you're scared, or like nervous or freaking out.
All the above.
Because what you are, and I think Zajay would be the one to be aware of this. What you are doing is illegal. You're like resisting arrest, basically, and you're about to go like challenge the prefect. And the prefect has, because there's such a religious connotation to the structures of the city, the prefect is kind of a religious figure in and of his own right.
I mean, it's kind of illegal, but at the same time, there's
so is murder.
Yeah.
It's complicated. You're in a. Yes.
It's only illegal until we can prove that he did it.
I mean, I'm still fucked either way, so you guys have fun with your legalities.
Why are you still fucked either way?
I'm the daughter of a crime lord. Like,
no one knows that. Literally, the only person that knows that is Izelka.
And your mom.
Your mom's.
But, I mean, that's not a crime. Being related to a criminal is not a crime.
Now, being a dirty cop and murdering someone for money, that's a crime.
Like that,
technically. Murdering a mob boss in cold blood, that's definitely not a crime at all.
Yeah, that's
murdering, just murdering a lady for
a lady that happened to be a cop's mother.
It's fine.
I never got that money for, may I add.
You did.
No, you did.
You did. I gave you the rich feat.
Did you?
For free.
Yeah, for free. I gave you that for free.
I did not put this on my sheet.
Your wealth level should go up by 1.
Should have a wealth of 3.
What's your wealth level?
2.
2? Okay, then I put it up. Never mind.
Okay.
I mean, that's a big deal. It means basically you can just buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
So
basically,
I can do whatever I want.
Within reason. I want to buy an RV, then I'd probably be like,
you're
no.
like, okay, I just bought a car. It's fine. Don't even worry about it.
Wealth score 3, example lifestyles, master artisan, village mayor.
You're basically at GTA levels of wealth where you could like buy a new car and wreck it every day and just pay $1,000 to get it replaced on insurance, and it would be there. Like you're at like that level of wealth.
Can I buy a helicopter?
You could buy a aether ship. You could buy a small aether skiff.
Okay.
3 might be a little low for that, but it's still pretty good. Like
you could buy like a 2 to 3 person like skiff, basically, like an aether rowboat, basically. But yeah, you could do it. Yeah. So, Zajay, what's going through your mind right now?
Like a lot.
A lot.
uh,
Just stuff. Just
well, especially
everywhere.
because
Just
Zajay
stuff.
is such a like, the rules are very important, and now we found out that our boss, like our boss's boss's boss,
Very, very bad
is
man.
killing people. So that's a shocker. Um,
Um, I thought I telegraphed it rather well. I'm gonna be honest. Um,
uh, like yeah. So there's that. Just yeah, everything that's happened. He's pretty sure he went to another dimension about a half hour ago. Not entirely sure what happened. He can now turn into a giant seagull. It's been a day. It's not over.
and it's not even close to over. I think you all. I think we like look up, and that's when the car stops. We have that like really tight shot on your face, and then it slowly zooms out to get everyone else in frame. Uh, and then like it keeps like zooming out. It does that like really, really long, deep zoom where you can just start to see like the edge of the city as you're like right in front of the deadline. Um, yeah, and it's imagine like a Japanese like rail terminal, like a rail terminal, except like imagine it like very dilapidated, like
Yeah,
it hasn't been used in a very long time and it's like ripped off. And missing some of the like the flair, like this isn't painted or anything, it's just very utilitarian.
Kind of like a almost like a BioShock kind of thing, where it's like they're like signs, but they're like really old signs for
Yes,
stuff.
yes, very much so.
Yeah, yeah.
But with like with a distinctly Japanese flair.
Mhm.
What are y'all gonna do?
So the line is still up, right? Like there's still a line.
Yes, the line is still up, and you look out in the distance, and you can see cable cars every so often just still like swinging in the wind.
Mhm.
Like everything, apparently it just broke, but they didn't take it down.
Yeah.
Which, and there's like tons of conspiracy theories, right? It's like, oh, it still works. It's just a effort by the bourgeoisie to keep the tail down.
Yeah. Is there a like, I don't know what we would call it, but like a station that you would like go to like push the like where the person that would push the button and make the thing
like
go.
the controller's office. Yeah, totally. How you guys getting in? Are you just like gonna like
shut or like?
Yeah, it's like sealed up, right? Like because they don't want people squatting in here.
Like a wall or like a gate that's locked or
like gates that are locked.
Okay.
I seem to remember Zajay having the ability to just pass through objects, so like
I could do that or I could climb. Either way.
But I mean, is there going to be a window that's open necessarily? Because I mean, Nagas are pretty common, so.
I mean, you could break one.
So I think I slither over to like the locked gate, and like, and I look at Azelka and like, so we're going after the prefect, but he's a bad guy, so we're doing the right thing, even though we're kind of breaking the law.
Yes.
How many laws can we break before it becomes not okay?
This is not my area. I'm just gonna let Azilka take all of this.
So I think like the camera looks at Nayli expectantly, and then it like rack focuses forward because it's like an over the shoulder shot with Azelka, and then Azelka's just like,
as many as we need to.
So I think the sugar glider then like baps you on the head a few times, and then just like runs down to the ground and like goes back to like Rainu and Eid and is like, want me to help somehow?
I can get it. I'm like, I don't like having to do this kind of stuff but we're stopping a killer, so I got to get over it.
No, that's what I want to know if you want help with that, because I can do things.
Oh, like, well, yeah.
I'll be watching. I'm gonna go fly.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Okay.
Izelka, I think you're watching Eid, and Eid just like turns to look off the like edge, and there's like the big railing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eid just like breaks into a sprint and then like vaults the railing, and you just see her go over the side.
I think I'm gonna throw up. like I watch her do that. Like I shouldn't watch her do that, but I do anyway. I can't help myself. And like immediately, like she throws up.
Take a legend point.
And she's like not helpful right now.
And then like a bird like flies up over the edge and like heads off along the lines.
Nayli like walks over and like tries to help Azilka and like make sure she's okay.
I mean, she's.
As okay as she can be while facing the biggest fear she has.
You know.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly it. She's as okay as she's gonna be.
Right.
While facing the biggest fear that she has.
Yeah, once kind of Zelka catches herself again, like, okay, I guess we should head inside then. And then Zajay will like slither over to the gate and like hold the lock, and then like we see like the anime like the vein as he like focuses really hard, and then the lock turns into a pastry.
Oh my.
And then he just pulls it and like sets it aside. Don't eat that.
Nayli, I was just gonna say that Nayli picks it up and eats it.
Don't eat that. Please don't eat that.
It'll go back in a few hours.
It'll turn back into a lock in a little while. So please don't eat that. Actually. And he reaches over. Wait, can I force it to turn back?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, yeah, like actually. And he like reaches over and touches it again and it turns back into a lock. I don't want anyone to accidentally find that. That'd be really bad.
like little rat that was like about to grab it looks really disappointed.
I can't fucking talk.
That would be a really
like be like, oh, well, after torturing you, I'm just gonna give you this nice pastry that'll turn back into a fucking
Oh, that'd probably just kill you. Like that much metal
just in your digestive system.
Just to eat that, I think that would just kill you.
Probably.
I think that would just like
Zajay's accidentally
in your insides and then kill you.
Zajay's accidentally the best assassin ever.
I think that's been true.
Yeah, when you go and you change it back and you're like, I don't want anyone to get this accidentally. Azilka's like, you're a really good man, Zajay.
Oh, thanks.
I feel like Zajay's been like the killer of killers since the very beginning when he like murderated that first robot on the first roll of the entire campaign.
Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. That was that like the D20 exploded twice. You got like a 60 or something.
Yeah. Remember when we used to roll well?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Remember last week when we could not get like above a 10?
Yeah.
Fuck.
On two dice or even 3? Like, okay, I'm gonna roll a D20 and 2 D10s and I'm gonna get a 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so you guys
yeah, I pull out and I get the gate open and then we head inside.
Yeah, you go inside and it's like you like go through the locked gate and you go down like a flight of stairs. My dog's scratching on the door. I'll deal with that later. You go down a flight of stairs and then you arrive at a large I'm imagining like a hexagonal shaped room.
Mm-hmm.
and at the far end of the room, like the wall is open, and then there are just like cable cars. Think like a ski lift. Like if you've ever been on like a gondola, they're like little gondolas ready to go out, and they're just like kind of like swaying gently on the wires. And right next to them is a little control box inside of a like sealed glass tube.
What would we need to know? Like, what would Is there any chance that my knowledge city bureaucracy would help me to know how to work this? Or actually, no, I've got what is it? Jack of all trades. Yeah.
Okay.
If it is a challenge rating of 14 or less, I can just say I do it.
I feel like it's an involved process. I don't feel like it's hard. I think it takes a while for you to like jack of all trades through it. I think there's a lot of like, okay, how do I turn this thing on? Okay, now this on. How do I turn this thing on? Okay, this thing's on. How do I turn this thing on? Okay, now how do I get the doors on the car open?
Yeah.
So if I want to be able to do it faster, I'm gonna need to make a roll. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm willing to make a roll to make it faster because I definitely think that Azilka is trying to do this as quickly as possible because
I think
Zajay will help.
It's not an issue of doing it; it's an issue of doing it quickly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say a DC 20 logic roll.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Zajay will help. So yeah, for an advantage on that.
Okay.
Did more than one person help or no? I don't think so.
Yeah, you can help.
I think as long as you have the attribute like points into it, I think you can help on something.
You will be bound by any consequences of this roll. So, but you're going to be bound this way either way because you're waiting for her to do that to progress.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, so what is it?
It's a DC 20 logic roll to turn on. Okay. And just so you're aware of what you're doing, you're turning on the entire line.
Yeah.
If you do this, which
I mean, is there a way to just turn on one car?
With city bureaucracy, you would know there are maintenance cars.
Okay.
There are maintenance cars that you can like hook onto the line. They're significantly less like they're more dangerous.
Of course they are.
They're more dangerous, especially ones that haven't been maintained in years.
Right.
But they would allow you to move along the line they would basically allow you to move along the maintenance cable instead of moving along the main line of cars.
Yeah, I think I would suggest that before I actually get too far into this.
There should be some maintenance cars. They're less stable, especially if they haven't been maintained for a while, but I think it may be our best bet. If I turn on the whole line, it's definitely going to alert him that we're on our way or someplace.
Yeah. I'm going to compel you to not say that because you're afraid of heights and you know that these cars can and do fail. If you don't want the legend point, you don't need to listen to me.
I want that legend point though, but I want to do what's best. How's everybody else doing on legend points, by the way?
I'm all right.
I am 0 because I spent all of them last session because we were rolling terribly.
Yes, you were. You were all rolling so bad.
Yep.
Gosh, it was so bad.
I, as a player, would not take this compel.
No, I'm not going to take it. I had to think about it though. I did have to think about it.
Okay.
So
hold on a second. There's a dog that wants to say hi to everyone. Dog.
Yay, dog!
Hi.
Dog. Hi, Drabble. You're a dog.
Mm-hmm. She's being cute.
She's
so
being cute.
everybody say hi to chat.
Doggo! Honey, it's a doggo! Look at the doggo!
Hi, dog.
So Scrabble's going to be GMing now.
sounds about right.
So everybody,
Not the
I
GM
need
we
you
want.
to make a DC 25 logic roll, Izelka.
Wait, I thought okay because it's harder. Okay.
It's harder to.
They're both helping you, so I get 2 advantage. Yes.
Yeah, it's harder to do this safely.
Of course. Okay, that's fine.
No, you cannot have my dog. She's mine.
Mm. Oh, what?
That's good. That's good.
This I thought this was our models last week. What is going on?
What did you roll? You rolled a 2.
A 2 and a 6.
That's rough.
On 3d8. The 3d8. That's not terrible, but you know.
A 6 on 30. A 6 taking the highest on 3d8 is not bad, but
It could have exploded, and it could, better than a 2.
That
Yeah.
2. It's killing me.
so I think we see Izelka like reach up and like hook a hook the it's literally just like a basket with like a little guardrail. Hook the like
Uh-huh.
maintenance car onto like the guard line, and then like check it and like check the motor, and then we zoom in on a little light that just says like high speed braking, and it's red, but I don't think Izelka notices.
Of course not.
And I
Let's go.
think that would be a good place to cliffhanger that, and we go to our first break.
Excellent.
Oh, break. No.
Everything's
Also, I don't know how to say your username. Fasima24. I like that you did the gimme with a cat instead of a dog. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
FCMA.
Classy.
She's great. Yeah. So there's that. We're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be great. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Bye.
Bye.
Here, my dog's gonna wave. Bye.
A few minutes.
Dog.